I thank the gentleman. Mr. Attorney General, if there were 7 wiretaps and they were all approved under the Criminal Justice Committee, where the Criminal Division, certainly we would hope that between now and the time you next appear, you would read them, as would Lanny Brewer, in detail, since he approved them through his minions. Let me just go through one thing that I have to ask you. Yesterday, we became aware, Mr. Attorney General.
Mr. Chairman, regular order. The time has expired.
Mr. Attorney General, I didn't ask you a question. I simply said I'd like you to be aware of
that. The gentleman from California has the time. The gentleman from California is granted an extra 1 minute to allow the AG to respond.
Right. There was no question. Here is the question. Yesterday, Mr. Attorney General, we became aware that emails between Lanny Brewer and the deputy, his deputy, Jason Weinstein, about Fast and Furious in March timeframe, that they exist. Some of these, actually all of these, have been withheld from the committee. Will you agree to turn over those communications in the March timeframe between Lanny Brewer and his deputy, Jason Weinstein?
March of what year?
2011.
As I've indicated, we are not going to be turning over materials after February.
Are you aware that you are, in fact, by doing so, in the fact that we already issued from the Oversight Committee a subpoena, you are standing in contempt of Congress unless you have a valid reason, that you express it, that you provide logs which you've refused to provide for the other information. Otherwise, you will leave the committee no choice but to seek contempt for your failure to deliver or to cite a constitutional exemption.
The gentleman's time has expired. The Attorney General will be allowed to respond.
We will respond in a way that is consistent with the way in which the Justice Department has always responded to those kinds of
That's not the question, Mr. Attorney General.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
Please proceed, Mr. Attorney General.
We'll respond in a way that other Attorneys General have, other Justice.
John Mitchell responded that way, too.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
Now, was that called for? I mean, Mr. Chairman?
He should be allowed to finish
the
his
gentleman
statement.
from South Carolina has the time, but I'm going to allow the Attorney General. Do you have any further response to that question, Mr. Attorney General?
To the question, Mr. Chairman, about whether or not he understood that it was, in fact, an act of contempt unless they recited a constitutional exemption and still had a responsibility to provide us logs, both of which they are refusing to do in testimony here today.
The gentleman from South Carolina's time is again expired.